This right here is an iPod Touch first generation, published in late 2007 after Apple realized that poor people can't afford an iPhone. And now 13 years later, I asked myself a question: is this device good for anything nowadays? And guess what? It isn't. But I will review it anyways. When you bought the device back in the days, you got this little uncool package. Uncool because the box was made out of stiff paper, and stiff paper doesn't pollute our oceans. But fortunately they realized that they made a big mistake, and so they sold the newer generations of iPod Touches in plastic boxes. The scope of delivery included a charging cable, which I lost, a wall plug, which I lost, and toilet paper. Oh look, it's still inside, but unfortunately I don't speak Russian. Okay, let's finally take a look at this obsolete innovation now. The first thing you might recognize is the shiny, scratch-addicted backside. Just to give you an idea, in most cases, after 3 to 4 weeks of usage, you just held a scratchy, unidentifiable piece of aluminium in your hands. Above that, this MP3/media player, yes, I'm emphasizing this deliberately, came without volume buttons and hold up without a speaker. And that wasn't just extremely inconvenient, it was a maximum of pain in the ass. But at least this device had a Wi-Fi antenna, and so you theoretically got access to the Apple App Store. Theoretically, because you had to pay $10 for the iPhone OS 2 software update. Great job, Apple. Just exploit the poor people. And now we come to the question that splits society: the different memory variants. If you were poor, like living under a bridge and hunting fish in a polluted river, you bought the 8GB variant. If you were part of the middle class, you afforded the 60GB variant. And if you were rich as shit but didn't have the permission to buy an iPhone, you bought the 32GB variant. According to that point, I own the 8GB variant and bought it secondhand. But at least there's a fast Wi-Fi hotspot close to my bridge. Anyway, let's fall back on the question I've asked in the beginning. Is this device good for something in the year 2020, or is it garbage? So let us unlock the iPod Touch first gen and take a look into some old apps. By the way, my iPod runs iPhone OS 2.2.1. Why? I don't know, it was on that version when I bought it. Let us start with the wonderful web browser Safari. Safari is fucking slow and sucks. By the way, I'm playing this clip 300% faster right now. Okay, screw it, let's take a look into the calendar. This pre-installed Apple app is still running fine. And above that, it's a fucking calendar app. Who the fuck schedules appointments in his iPod Touch first generation? Okay, the next one I want to try out is this Docs app. Oh, it opens. I think it works fine. Or maybe it doesn't. Alright, it's time now. Let's open up the Apple App Store. And look, it still works. So I did a little research, hoping that I can find some games I can install on iPhone OS 2. I'll show you the games I found on the second page of my home screen. There is no second page. Last but not least, we have the old classic Apple Music app. And now I'll show you how to crash the iPod Touch first generation. Just push the home button 2 times to open up the music shortcut. No hammer on the play and skip buttons, and wait till the iPod crashes. And right now it already happened. So in my opinion, the iPod Touch first gen is an absolutely unnecessary device in 2020. Above that, Apple cancelled the iPod Touch first gen's iTunes Restore service. So honestly, it's cool to own one, but you can't use it for anything. If you would also like videos about newer generations, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!